Hello, hello, Aquarius and Pisces. I am so sorry that you were not included in the all 12 signs new moon message video. It's just that I had to go to work and, I had to stop the video and I said I will do Aquarius and Pisces. So here is your video. You guys get your own time. So here's the thing. I'm doing a new moon 3-card reading, answering the question, what is rising up in this new moon energy, which will be in Virgo on August 27th. So the energy rising up would be what is coming up for you right now. What is the energy that's rising up for you? Like, what is the feelings, the conversation, the situations? What's happening for you? What is going to be the main message of the moon? I'm going to get it all from the Moonology deck, and the final outcome. Okay, now there's no outcome that's ever final. It just depends on how you handle the energies that are coming up. Okay, so also I'm going to be getting your archangel message and giving you your essential oils that you could use to help when you meditate and when you call on the archangels, if you choose to help them, if you choose to call on them to help you with this. Okay, so I'm going to start with Aquarius, going in order of the zodiac, of course. So, Spirit, please and thank you. Thank you for surrounding me with your white light. Thank you for your guidance and your protection. Thank you, thank you. Please extend my loving white light and protection out to the Aquarius and Pisces collective. Thank you, Spirit. Archangel Michael, please protect the gate. Allow me to deliver these messages with accuracy and clarity of the highest good. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so what is rising up for Aquarius? Aquarius, please and thank you, Spirit. What is the energies that are rising up for Aquarius? Again, oh man, a card keeps coming out. It's all about communication. What is the main message of the moon for Aquarius? Thank you. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. Okay, and what is the final outcome for Aquarius, please and thank you? Okay. A fiery climax approaches. Okay, and we have Archangel Uriel on the deck here. That is your archangel that corresponds with your zodiac sign, in case you were wondering why he's here. So why I keep saying this is, if you go back, if you know your birth chart, and you know what your moon and your rising sign is, you may want to go back and check out all 12 of the messages, especially if you know your houses and everything like that. But communication seems to be a big thing with this energy that's coming up. As we move into September and we're getting the influences of Pluto and Mars, and also with the energy of Vista coming in. Vista, I think, I am still very new at astrology, but I do know what I heard. So there's going to be some hidden aspects of the energies that's going on. There's going to be some things coming to light that you may not have been aware of. There may be some situations or some things that are happening. This is going to be a worldwide type thing, because everybody on this planet is influenced by the planets and the moon and the energies that are around them, right? So, for instance, say you have a very important conversation that needs to happen. It can happen during this time, but there's going to be some things that are revealed to you that you didn't know. These could be good things, this could be bad things, but you have to remember to think before you act. The main overall message for everyone that's listening to this, no matter what sign you are, is to not be impulsive. This is not the time to be impulsive with your energy, or be impulsive with your actions, or impulsions of your word, because that's exactly what this card talks about. It talks about communication. And Gemini rules, rules my first house. So that is how people see me out in the world. Okay. But Geminis are also very good with communication. So, or at least in some ways they are, but they have, it has to come off as being genuine because it's the sign of the twins. So we have, one side of us that could be very tact and very controlled. And then we may have another side of us that's not so filtered. Okay. So it just depends on, where you are, and how you're using your throat chakra. So that's one thing that you can ask Archangel Uriel to do for you is to, cleanse your throat chakra. So you're not spitting out everything that you've kind of been holding back on, because when we have the influence of Pluto coming in, it's going to blow things up to be and make it seem like it's bigger than it really is. And it doesn't have to be. You know how somebody just makes such a big deal over something that doesn't need to be a big deal about? Well, that's exactly the type of energies that could come. And then we're going to be having a lot of, you could make a mistake during that time or get into an accident or just something, like even if you're traveling on the road and somebody cuts you off and it's really not a big deal. But with these energies that are coming in, around a little bit after the new moon, you may take it too far and end up getting into an accident or end up having to deal with some serious consequences. And that energy is not going to dissipate until March. So March is a long way away from September. So I suggest everybody just keep their cool, stay calm. Around the 11th or the 14th, I believe it was, is when that energy starts to calm down and relax, is when good things start coming in. But this is the time when you need to learn to release things and let them go so that you can be successful with and know that you could be successful with the potential that you have and the dreams that you're manifesting within the new moon, if you are careful and you don't make any mistakes. Okay? Woo! That's a lot. All right, so we're going to read from the book because I don't know everything. Even my teacher did not know everything. Still had to read from her book, even though she wrote it, which is awesome. I love her. So she's a cool, excellent teacher. Yasmin Bolin. So full moon in Gemini, 72. I'll read from the book, even though I should have it memorized by now because I literally... This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth. But remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved, depending on how you handle it. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. Physician, metaphysician, okay. Sometimes it helps to say the word, disconnect it, say the word backwards, whatever. Florence Scovel Shin put it, your word is your wand. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. Attuned to the moon. Have an important conversation, but stay calm, Aquarius. Additional meanings for this card. Don't be superficial. Someone is trying to flirt with you, have you noticed? You need to laugh off this situation and just move on. Job applications have good prospects, okay? So if you're looking to, manifest a new job and then you start taking inspired action, after the new moon to put your manifestations forward and your dreams forward, if you're putting in job applications, they have good prospects. And for some of you, if somebody's flirting with you, then it's a good thing. And then sometimes, people flirt with us that we don't want them to really flirt with, and you just kind of laugh it off and move on. Okay, so that's pretty much what that would mean in terms of love. So this is the energy that's rising up for you. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio, because full moons are all about releasing and forgiving. 82. Where are you? Okay. If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. If someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card. If that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now if you make an effort. Use your magic. You have all you need inside you to bring you your desired result. Emote. It's all better out than in. But remember what I said. Be careful. Your words are your wand. Okay? So even though there's going to be that temptation to blow up and try to fight against the toxicity, because that's what's happening when we have Mars, the planet of war, the god of war, okay, coming in, and we're trying to, because Vista is about harmony. So Vista, okay, is going to come in, and it's going to try to harmonize things, to try to calm things down, okay? If you don't know how to calm things down, and however, whatever coping skills you have, which could be totally enormous, because there's so many different people out there, but what I can definitely suggest to you is during this time, before the full moon, you need to write down the things that people have done to you without going into too much detail. Make a piece of paper. Roger, whatever, did this to me and I'm angry. Let it all out. But put it on paper. Put it on paper. Okay? And then when the full moon comes, you can surrender it and you can burn it. But during this time, if you want to release this and you want to be able to manifest new, because if you're holding 2 apples in your hand, okay, and you can't put them down, right? Because let's say there's like apple eaters on the ground, okay? Say there's a bunch of horse mouths coming up out of the ground. If you drop those apples, those horses are going to eat those apples, okay? How is the universe supposed to give you more if you don't release it, right? If you don't put them down, how are you supposed to get more? Let's say the universe wants to give you a whole basket full of apples. You have 2 apples here, but the universe wants to give you basket after basket of apples. Okay, but you have in the basket. You got to put these 2 apples down so that you can get. Now I really want an apple. Some of you may be eating an apple right now. That's how you know it's resonating with you. But like I was saying, you have to put down the old in order to accept the new. Okay, and you put it down gently. So if somebody's coming at you and they say, "Listen, use your words in a nice way." Don't be impulsive with your answer. Think about how no one can pressure you to answer their question right away or whatever it is right away. Take some time to think about it so you can plan out exactly what you're going to say, because when you're going to war, guess what? You have to plan out your strategy. You just don't go in there, attack, and start shooting. You can't do that. That's not how it works. It doesn't work on a battlefield, and it really shouldn't work in our lives, but yet we do it all the time. So don't self-sabotage yourself and just attack. That is not how you release things. That's not how you do it. That's exactly how you can get, you're putting the negativity out there, because what you put out there is what you get back. But if you release in kindness, if you have this person coming at you, okay, if you release in kindness, because there's Aries energy attached to this also, okay, Aries can be very hot, fiery, and intense, okay, this could be warning you and leading you to of a fiery conversation or argument that you need to back up from and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Use your Aquarius thought process. Okay? Use your strategy skills to be able to diffuse the situation calmly. Or if there's somebody that you're still angry about and these feelings that you want to say something to this person or firing it up, write it down. Because with Vista's going to try to harmonize everything, where Mars is going to say, well, we're going to war. And that's when we can have that self-sabotage and those consequences of the things that we say impulsively. And then have to deal with that energy till March. Okay? So be very careful here. All right? Be careful, Aquarius. Okay. So let me finish. It's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. You're right to have your suspicions. Grudges are toxic. Let something go. The end of an argument. So we have this energy here, okay? Worrying about this is pointless. Worrying doesn't get anybody anything other than drawing on more negative energy and actually bringing what you're worrying about closer to you, okay? So it's the end of an argument, like this thing said. This card said here, okay? You're only a few conversations away from resolving the problem. Instead of it, you may have been dealing with this problem for a while, but you're only a few conversations away from it actually being over, okay? So grudges are toxic. Let something go. You don't need to hold a grudge with somebody forever. You don't need to come up to this person and say, hey, I want to apologize to you. I've been feeling this way about you, and I want to apologize. Now's not the time to do that right now, unless you know that the other person is going to say, okay, fine, I agree, I'm sorry, I also, and then go your own way. But you don't have to do that. If you can't trust yourself to do that, you have to release that negativity. Write it down on a piece of paper. It's got to come out somehow, so that you can manifest new things in your life, okay? Because it's time to move from living fearfully to living joyfully. You can't keep living in fear, okay? So a fiery climax approaches all full moon energies. So this is all energy that needs to be released and surrendered by the next full moon, okay? Where are you? Full moon in Aries, 68. Because Aries is the first zodiac sign, so this is the outcome. So this is something that's going to be happening, and all this releasing and everything like that until April. So that's right around the time as to when the energy would be dissipating after March. Okay, so this is this message. This is the outcome. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast, or overstepped the mark, then accept that one level you've created the situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming out and it could be fiery. Attuning to the moon, be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Additional meanings for this card. Be assertive. Being assertive is good, just don't ride roughhood or over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. Sorry, but this could be an issue, and you need to have more fun, okay? So I'm going to read the teachings of this. The full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you've been too competitive or too blunt. Okay? So listen to this again every time you need to. Okay? When this comes up, because there's a lot of different situations. There's a lot of different situations that this could be pertaining to. Okay? So I can't say, for instance, if you're dealing with this, but this definitely sounds like it has to do with a relationship, a friendship, or some sort of partnership. You know what? Since I have time, before I read the angel message, let me just pull a card on that to see what type of energy we may be dealing with, so you have a heads up. Since you guys have your own personal video. Okay. Spirit, please and thank you. Give me an idea of who Aquarius may be dealing with. Full moon in Aries, please.
Sun time.
Sun time. That is confirmation. So you may be dealing with a fire sign. You may be dealing with a Leo. Leos are ruled by the sun. So this has to do with, this is the Four of Cups. This has to do possibly with a rejection that you did with someone. A rejection of emotion. Because remember it said someone's trying to flirt with you. Have you noticed? Okay. So maybe you didn't. And maybe you laughed it off. And you just didn't take it seriously. But this person could be taking it seriously. Okay. So it has to do with some sort of a rejection. Feeling unloved, feeling unwanted. So this could be what this person has been being felt by you, or maybe this is how you feel about someone else in another situation, but this is how you feel. So take it as it resonates. Flipping, yeah. Because when you look a little bit further, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and we also have the Devil in reverse. So the Devil in reverse is definitely a talk about, releasing toxicity, okay? But it's also about It's also about leaving an abusive relationship, because when you look at the cards of the devil, okay, this is Capricorn energy. When you look at the cards of the devil, these two people are chained to each other. They're chained and bound by the toxicity of their connections. Okay? By that. Okay? And when you really, really look at this, you see how he's got flames here on his tail and she has the grapes here? Well, if these two are connected, all right, how does that work? Every time you try to bear fruit on something, this person burns it down. Because this connection, what you're chained to, is toxic. And it could have very well have been just a sexual relationship, and somebody may have gotten feelings and it was just a sexual relationship, and now it's like, well, I want a connection with you. You know, this Eight of Pentacles here, there hasn't, in reverse, there hasn't been a lot of work. This is giving up before even trying. So maybe their argument could be to you, well, you didn't even give me a chance. You didn't give me a chance. And you're like, yeah, but I'm not interested. I don't, you know? All right. Let's not get into that too much, but you know what I'm talking about. So there's a little bit of a hint. So let's read Archangel Uriel's message. Come into harmony and balance. Use your power for peace. This is a definite, I'm telling you, please heed these warnings and messages when you come up with this. Archangel Uriel is an angel of peace, radiating a deep gold that holds inevitable wisdom. He also works on the ruby ray, which enables people to hold power with wisdom and communicate it to others. His etheric retreat is above the Tatra Mountains, Poland, and he oversees Africa. He is in charge of the development of the solar plexus chakra, a huge psychic center that was once programmed to keep people safe by watching out for danger. He is now reprogramming to seek out love and ancient wisdom. Archangel Uriel envisions the freedom and happiness of humanity and works indefatigably to dissolve anything that prevents this. If your aim is balance and harmony, he will help you to understand and release all that is outmoded within you. Choosing this card suggests you are ready to come into harmony and balance. Call on Archangel Uriel to help your inner wisdom emerge and guide you through any challenges or situation presented to you. You are reminded that when wisdom is your guide, the outcome will always be for the highest good, and you will feel totally safe and secure. This card also suggests it's time to be a peace ambassador, so examine situations from an enlightened perspective. This will enable your light to become peaceful and golden. Archangel Uriel commands a host of peace angels. Because of free will, they need humans to direct them, so send them to soothe people and situations everywhere. You can also send your golden peace light out into the universe. Okay, so Aquarius, you have a lot of power with this. Okay, so take this message very seriously, as this is a backup. This is an enforcer. This is something you should do. You can ask Archangel Uriel to go on your behalf to soothe and harmonize the situation, especially if you feel or see something bubbling up. Okay, if you've never done anything like that before, just do it. Look up the prayer to Archangel Uriel, and I'm going to give you your essential oil, which does help. It's an offering. It does help with that. Frankincense to activate your third eye. So, and that's exactly this, because, you know, the solar plexus chakra is a psychic, but also the third eye as well. Okay. So, you may want to put some frankincense in a diffuser, get some frankincense incense, light a nice, beautiful white candle. White is always purified, and ask Archangel Uriel to come in and help you. I think that is there something else in here that may be able to help? And also, if you don't want to, with Archangel Uriel, if you'd like to ask for even further assistance, you can call on the Egyptian goddess Isis. Is the healing of women and travel. Okay, so Isis. You want to call on Isis, but look on how you can evoke these energies. Please be careful whenever you do stuff like that. There's plenty of information and videos out there on how to do it safely. But these are angels. These are from God. You know, I don't foresee any problem with that. So, okay. So we're going to get into Pisces. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. If you did not watch the entire video, if you watched Aquarius, I'm not going to give my whole spiel again about why we're here. I'm just going to tell you, just in case you didn't watch it. I'm answering the questions: what is rising up for your energy in the new moon? And what is your main message? And what is the final outcome? So I will be reading from the book so you can get your message nice and clear. We're doing this because we have a big, nice new moon coming up in Virgo on the 27th. But there is some warnings about communicating and acting impulsively on a situation. Okay, so it could be any situation in your life. It could be job. It could just be driving around in traffic. Everybody kind of has to be careful. That's why it's important for you to go back. Even if Aquarius is somewhere in your chart, it's good for you to go to astrologycafe.com, get your birth chart, and figure out where Aquarius, which house Aquarius might be in, and then look up the houses to see how Virgo energy is affecting you. Yeah, where is Virgo in your chart? Everybody has all 12 of the zodiac signs in their chart, I promise you. Okay? Okay, so for Pisces, please and thank you, Spirit. Can you tell me what's rising up for Pisces in the new moon energy, please and thank you? What's rising up for Pisces? What do you need to release? What is the main message of the new moon for Pisces? You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. What is the final outcome? Your hard work is paying off. Okay. Looks like we're going to have some good messages here. I can feel it already. And we have Archangel Sandalphon. We will bring his energy in here with us because that is your corresponding angel to your zodiac sign. Okay, so what do we need to release? The waning moon. The waning moon. 100. Okay. The waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime or to let go. No matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card, it's a sign that a situation has peaked. For better or worse, it's time for you to go easier. It's the autumn and winter of the cycle, so that could be a clue. We're coming into autumn, winter. So what do you need to release? Almost certainly something from the situation you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it can still be gently suggesting that you let something go and stop trying so hard. Okay, so attuning to the moon, it is safe to let go and move on. Move forward with as little resistance as possible. It's not the time to start new projects. Waning cycles of the moon in any sign are not time to start new projects. That would be the waxing part. This is the more yin part. This is the more feminine, more relaxed time, okay? Releasing emotional baggage is recommended now. Say sorry to someone. Do energetic work as meditation or yoga. Soon you will see what lies ahead. At the time of the waiting cycle, take a moment to look up in the skies every night. You will see the moon growing smaller and smaller as she moves from full to new again. It's time when things are falling away. It's certainly not the time to cling on to anyone or anything. Drawing this card suggests your situation is in its autumn or winter phase, so hunker down and start the regeneration process, okay? So now is not the time, okay, when this energy's come in, the full moon in Virgo, okay, new moon in Virgo, when these energies come in, now is not the time to call an ex-boyfriend, call an ex-girlfriend and say, hey, can we talk, can we get back together? Like, you're going to, or if you find out some new information about them, you're going to feel tempted to do that. You're going to. But don't be impulsive. Let things release. You're good enough, okay? Because what do you need to release? What needs to be let go? Because when you're looking at that moon as it's getting smaller and smaller in the sky, when you're looking at that, imagine your problem or the person or the situation in front of you as being very, very, very big with the full moon. You've released and you surrendered it at the full moon if you practice, right? And then it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until you can't see it anymore. And then now you have a new cycle that begins. Okay? So, but and not a new cycle with that person or that situation. That's already been taken from you. Okay? It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's led you to ask your question. Have you been humble to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far, and drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question: have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo card needs some truth answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. So this is the time, the energy is don't be impulsive, but also it's to release so that you can realize your potential of your success. Okay? You can't be successful and go through life while you still have all of these demons holding on to you. I say demons because it's like, these things that are just gnawing on you, right? Find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. Okay, worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. Stop second guessing yourself. Raise your karma by doing something good for something else. The full moon in Virgo is a time to declutter your life, your home, and your office. It's time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also the time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditations, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that at any time is a good time to start living a healthier life, okay? So you may have some addictions that you have. You may have some, some laziness that you want to get rid of. Whatever it is, okay? But don't be impulsive and like sell your house or like sell everything in your garage because you feel like it's just, it reminds you of somebody and you just want to get rid of it, keep, use some discretion. Okay, the final outcome for Pisces, new moon in Capricorn. I don't know why I love that picture so much. It's so cute. I don't know why I love it. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's like a little Capricorn mermaid. It's just the cutest image ever. Can you see it? I love it. It's like, it's got this like little tail. It's so cute. I don't know. I'm just so attracted to it. I don't know. First and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you're unhappy in your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new. Whatever your question, whether work-related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years. This will inform your best course of action now, so think seriously about it. Drawing this card suggests it's time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is you want to achieve. Make a proper plan and execute it well. So this is new moons are about bringing in new. So during this time, you need to get organized with the energy of Virgo, and you need to figure out a 12-month plan to execute your plan the right way. You need to be more disciplined to reach your goals. Okay, hard work will make your dreams a reality. A very good omen for studying or teaching. Don't be too controlling and avoid anyone who is controlling, okay? Capricorn is a sign of ambition, building, and hard work. The energy is solid and rigid. The new moon in Capricorn is a powerful lunation that comes towards the end of each year and marks arguably the best moment annually to make a list of your hopes, dreams, ambitions, and intentions for the year ahead. Pulling this card at any time suggests that with planning and discipline you can achieve whatever you set your mind to, okay? So don't wait until January and the full moon of Capricorn to get going on whatever it is that you want to feel successful with Pisces, okay? So Archangel Sandalphon comes in and his message is tune into your divine potential, bring the world into harmony, okay? Which is the energy that we're coming into now, okay? Where we're coming into trying to harmonize things, and if we don't know how to do that, and how we do that is by releasing and surrendering and forgiving, okay? So Archangel Sandalphon is known as the tall angel because his energy reaches from the center of Earth to source. Whoa. He is in charge of the development of the Earth Star Chakra, which is a ball of light below your feet. When you move onto the ascension ladder, your Earth, didn't one of them say you need to get grounded by walking barefoot? So that's definitely your way of connecting to Archangel Sandalphon. by going out and walking barefoot. That's how you can help to absorb some of this light, but you need to imagine it. When you move on to the ascension ladder, your Earth star is the first fifth dimensional chakra to anchor. It is the foundation for your ascended self. First you will sense it as black and white, then it gradually becomes iron gray and finally shimmering silver. It holds your potential and joy. Through it you can access new spiritual technology, extraterrestrial wisdom, and assistance from the angelic realms. Only when your Earth star is activated can your stellar gateway chakra open. Archangel Sandalphon's etheric retreat is in the magical crystal cave at the Lake Adelan in Guatemala, where the Kundalini or life force of the planet is held. Wow. Here you can access his wisdom and work with him to activate your Earth Star chakra. When you receive this card, you are advised to strengthen your spiritual foundation. Call on Archangel Sandalphon to help you develop your Earth Star chakra and open up the higher potential of all your chakras by placing his fifth dimensional silver reflective bubble over you. Sense it around you. Ask Archangel Sandalphon to connect you to the true notes of your divine blueprint. You may feel them resonating through the cells of your body and your energy fields, then reverberating throughout the universe. Take a moment to feel your essence claiming with the notes of everyone on Earth, bringing everything into perfect harmony. Now, Pisces, you definitely have an extra sense of psychic abilities and intuition, okay? So I would definitely look into Archangel Sandalphon a little bit more on your own. I'm going to get you a essential oil that goes with your sign. If you wanted to work with a goddess as well as Archangel Sandalphon, for your sign, Kuan Yin, the Chinese goddess of compassion and mercy, is also here on your side. And for Pisces, lavender to soothe fears, nervousness, and negativity. So when you're trying to release this negativity, you may want to surround yourself with lavender. Not just lavender, you can drink lavender tea, you can use lavender essential oils, you could use lavender. I mean, there's literally lavender everywhere. Okay, wear the color lavender. You see how Archangel Sandalphon is surrounded by lavender. His colors are off, but trust me, his wings are a lavender, beautiful color. Okay, so definitely do that. This is a really important time for everyone because the potential that we have is being tested. What do we really want? What are we willing to let go of so that we can be successful with our dreams? This is the time now, okay? So I hope that this helped you. Sorry, Pisces and Aquarius, that you guys got a separate video, but you actually got a little bit more than everybody else did. So yeah, that's pretty cool. If this video resonated with you, found it helpful, I hope that you'll thumbs it up and you will subscribe to my channel and share it so that other people can get the messages out there that they need to get, because sharing is caring, and that's exactly what we need to do. So take care, Aquarius and Pisces, and I will see you in another reading. Bye-bye.